I will be his God and he will be my son. Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, we want to read the eulogy, and I will ask Emmanuel to please do so.
Good morning. The clergy, fellow mourners, good afternoon, I'm sorry. I will read the eulogy. Wanyonyi Wafula Chebukati was born on Friday, 22nd December 1961 in Madisi village, Chwele location in Bungoma district, Kenya. He was the third born and first male child of John Wafula Chebukati and Joyner Wafula. Education. Chebukati started school at the age of 6 in Madisi Primary School. Chairman underwent the Bukusu rite of passage in 1976 and thus belongs to the circumcision age set Singilo, known as Bachuma of grade 3, Bachuma number 3. After his certificate of primary education exam, he joined St. Peter's Mumias Secondary School and later Bokoli Secondary School, where he sat for the East African Certificate of Secondary Education. He began breaking ceilings while in secondary school as he emerged the best student, obtaining a division of 1 of 11 points. In 1979, the young Chebukati got admission to the prestigious Lenana School for his A-level studies. It was a major culture shock for him, joining a school with a British curriculum and way of life. He was grateful to his father for paying his fees and worked hard to be awarded a 1-year scholarship from Lenana. He focused on his studies and excelled. Chebukati enjoyed the arts subjects and was the best student in English, history, literature, and geography. In 1980, he was awarded the overall arts prize in his A-levels at Lenana School. When it was time to choose a career, he was impressed by a friend of his father called Captain Ben, who was a lawyer and dressed up in suits. He desired to be just like him. He studied hard, successfully concluded his studies in 1980, and gained admission into the Faculty of Law of the University of Nairobi in 1981. A year was lost outside the university following the attempted military coup in 1982. When he enrolled in law school, he immersed himself in the study of legal principles and the intricacies of the justice system. His dedication to his studies was evident to all who knew him. As a university student, he was actively involved in the Students' Union and other student organizations. He served as the chairperson of the Bungoma Students' Union and was involved in a lot of activities to raise funds for students back at home so that they could also get an opportunity to study. He graduated from the University of Nairobi in 1985 and was sworn in as an advocate of the High Court of Kenya on 17th November 1986. His class is known as the UON Class of 85. To better himself, he obtained a Master of Business Administration degree from Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, JKUAT. He intended to enroll at law school for his PhD prior to his illness. The family man. Beyond his professional achievements, he was a devoted husband and father. Chebukati met his wife Mary, an accountant working at the Ministry of Finance in Mombasa while she was undertaking a training. What started out as him giving legal advice ended up in love and courtship, with numerous phone calls to Nairobi, where she had returned, and bi-weekly flights to visit her. It took many dinners before he gathered the courage to propose to her. They tied the knot on 21st April 1990 in Nairobi. He cherished his wife, Mary. They went on to have 3 children, a daughter, Rachel, and 2 sons, Jonathan and Emmanuel. Chebukati was a hands-on dad. As true as he was to his profession, was he to his role as dad. He always enjoyed the holiday season with family, as he would make it a point to take his family on a holiday every year during Christmas period, without fail. His family was his anchor, providing him with the strength and support he needed to carry out his duties. Chebukati found solace in his family, within the bounds of the law. Chebukati's journey into the legal world was not just a career choice, but a calling. Immediately upon his graduation in 1986, he opened his own law firm, Wanyonyi and Company Advocates, which he managed for 20 years. He saw the law as a powerful tool to bring about change and to uphold the principles of fairness and equity. He was a principled lawyer and believed that a client has to be told the truth from the outset. Honesty was his mantra. To him, the law was not just a set of rules, but its role was to protect the vulnerable and hold the powerful accountable. He spent countless hours poring over legal text to refine his skills. He was a sought-after speaker at legal conferences and seminars where he shared his insights. He was often called upon for his expert opinion. Chebukati believed in giving back to the community and took great pride in mentoring young lawyers, providing guidance, and sharing his knowledge to help them establish themselves in the legal field. In 2006, he founded Kutu and Associates Advocates, a Nairobi-based partnership law firm with 5 others. Kutu was an acronym of all 6 partners, with C standing for Chebukati. Chebukati took on numerous cases, many of which were challenging and complex, yet he never shied away from a fight. He defended the rights of people, whether it was a high-profile case or a pro bono effort for a marginalized individual. Each case was handled with the same level of dedication and care. He believed that everybody deserved a fair chance and that the laws should serve as a shield for those in need. He made significant contributions to the field of corporate law and helped businesses navigate the legal challenges within the bounds of the law. Chebukati loved the law and had 38 years post-qualified experience at the time of his passing. He has left an indelible mark on the legal landscape of Kenya. Politics. In 2007, Chebukati decided to try his hand at politics. He vied for the Sapoti constituency parliamentary seats on an Orange Democratic Movement ODM ticket and came in 2nd place. At the helm of IEBC, Chebukati was appointed as chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, in January 2017. Prior to assuming this role as a state officer, to avoid any conflict of interest, he resigned from his law firm and resigned as a member of ODM. During his tenure, Chebukati led the IEBC through 2 challenging electoral cycles: the 2017 general election, including the historic October 2017 repeat presidential election that followed the Supreme Court's annulment of the initial results, and the 2022 general election. Under his leadership, IEBC championed technological advancements to enhance transparency. One of his key initiatives was the implementation of the Kenya Integrated Electoral Management System, KEMS, which enabled the electronic transmission of results from polling stations. In 2022, he made the result transmission portal publicly accessible, a move widely praised for promoting transparency. He also restructured the IEBC's election management team, notably reorganizing the Presidential Election Project team in 2017, following internal disputes. His tenure at IEBC was not without challenges. His decisions were scrutinized, his actions were debated. There were controversies, there were disagreements, yet he remained resolute. He faced criticism head-on. He defended the integrity of the electoral process. He firmly believed in the rule of law. He respected the Constitution. His courage was admirable. Chebukati officially exited office on 18th January 2023, becoming the first IEBC chairman to complete the 6-year constitutional term. In recognition of his service, he was awarded the Elder of the Golden Heart, EGH, Kenya's second highest civilian honor. I wish to thank Kenyans for giving me an opportunity to serve them. It has been an honor. It was undoubtedly a challenging assignment, but I served my country to the best of my ability in accordance with the oath of office that I took, he said. The contribution of Chebukati to Kenya's electoral system will be remembered in the nation's history. He has indeed been a key figure in the Kenya electoral landscape. Beyond his service in Kenya, Chebukati was recognized on the international stage as the President of the General Assembly of the Association of African Election Authorities, AAEA. Sharing lessons learned in electoral management. After the 2022 general election, Chebukati embarked on a global mission to share his wealth of experience in election management and leadership. He was invited to several countries. In July 2023, he was in Kingston, Canada for the Electoral Integrity Project's annual conference, where he gave a presentation titled Role of Technology in Improving the Integrity of the Electoral Process in Kenya. In November 2023, Chebukati was invited by the International Center for Parliamentary Studies, ICPS, and the Portuguese National Electoral Commission to attend the 19th International Electoral Affairs Symposium in Lisbon, Portugal. In his address, he highlighted how the IEBC leveraged technology to ensure transparency in elections. It brought together representatives from the electoral democracy community to share best practices and initiatives for adaptation in over 120 countries. His efforts were rewarded when the IEBC won the prestigious Election Management Award at the event. The Commission also emerged as runners-up in the Election Ergonomic Award. He then attended the ECOWAS Network of Electoral Commissions ECONEC Symposium in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, where he delivered a compelling presentation on overcoming political, legal, and institutional challenges against electoral reforms. In this meeting, he shared how IEBC successfully navigated challenges to enhance Kenya's electoral process. Immediately after, he headed to Cape Town, South Africa, for the 5th anniversary of the Electoral Commission's Forum of Southern African Development Community, ECF SADC. During his keynote address, he emphasized the need for fidelity to the law as key to ensuring integrity and trust. After this roller coaster of meetings, he declared, "From east to west, north to south, grateful to have completed my 2023 global tour on sharing my election management experiences and leadership experiences. Together, let's nurture and move democracy forward." Golf. It is impossible to talk about Chebukati without talking about his love for golf, which he played to the level of single handicap. He was an avid golfer and introduced his wife Mary and his children to the sport at a young age. Golf became a family affair. Every Sunday, after church, he and his family played a round of golf. They had family competitions where they partnered to compete against each other. Initially, he would coach his children himself, then later on took them to be trained by the best professionals in Kenya and South Africa as he saw potential in them. This led to two of his children emerging to be among the top junior golfers in Kenya. Playing golf with the family was not considered manly by his peers, but he chose to do it anyway. Other male golfers found this to be odd and teased him about it. They did not understand why he preferred to play golf with his wife and children rather than with them. Family came first for Chebukati. Family time was important time to him. The Chebukatis would dress up in matching outfits when they played amongst and against each other every Sunday. They became trendsetters. Golf was his escape. It was his passion. He said that golf taught him patience and strategy, qualities he brought into his professional life. He was a respected member of the golfing community. He served as captain and chairman of both Mombasa Golf Club and Nyali Golf Club, and as the coast representative to the Kenya Golf Union. He also encouraged his wife Mary and daughter to take up leadership positions in the golf community, and was extremely proud when they not only served at golf level, but ascended to various leadership positions at national level. Chebukati was a member of the Law Society of Kenya and a member of the Institute of Certified Secretaries. How he will be remembered. Chebukati will forever be remembered as a dedicated and loving family man. He cherished his wife Mary and his children and strived to give them the best of everything at all times. He will also be remembered as a fearless, principled, and diligent leader who served the nation with dedication. A man who stood for and defended the sanctity of free and fair elections. A man who exemplified courage and resilience, often under immense pressure, to ensure that the will of the Kenyan people and their voice was heard through the ballot. His commitment to upholding democratic principles earned him respect of many and will remain etched in the annals of Kenya's history. His legacy will continue to inspire future generations to uphold the values of truth, fairness, and justice. His contributions to Kenya's democracy will never be forgotten. Promotion to glory. In April 2023, Chebukati was diagnosed with glioblastoma, GBM, an aggressive, malignant brain tumor. He immediately had a successful surgery. After his recovery, he was quickly back to undertaking various activities as a retired state officer. During this time, he was invited to be a keynote speaker at multiple international conferences across the world. He wrote his memoirs and he played golf frequently. Unfortunately, there was a recurrence of the GBM in April 2024, followed by a second successful surgery, which he chose to spend. Unfortunately, there was a recurrence of the GBM in April 2024, followed by a second successful surgery, after which he chose to spend most of his time with his family, who showered him with love and positive energy. He fought bravely, stayed cheerful, and beat the odds for many months. Sadly, the doctors informed the family that he had passed away on the night of Thursday, 20th February 2025, due to cardiac arrest while he was admitted at the hospital. Thank you.